Good morning, Flagler County. This is Danielle Anderson, your host of Lifeline, the radio show connecting you to positivity in our community. And yes, I'm still wearing the same clothes from last week. If you are on our WNZF News Radio Facebook page, I'm going to take a quick little vacation to pop up and see my dad and make sure he's doing okay. But, you know, we're really excited to continue the conversation with Flagler Oars. I mean, they're doing some amazing work in the community. Last week we kind of topped it off talking about this really exciting disc golf tournament that they've got coming up. What date is that, Brock?
September 20th.
September 20th. You know, that's perfect because that's the International Coastal Cleanup Day, too. So, you know, folks really want to get and give. They can get out there, do a little beach cleanup, and then come have some fun with you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. So, we talked before about the really interesting programs that you guys are doing in St. Johns County, and they're a little different than what's going on in Flagler. So are you still doing those kinds of things?
Yeah, as far as our weekly groups go, yeah, we've got some really great groups in both of our counties.
So talk a little about those, yeah.
Yeah, so start of the week on Sundays. Every Sunday we run a Peaceful Pause group, and that one's located in our Flagler office there in Bunnell. And there we'll do chakra development. We'll do sound baths, maybe drums, more about those healing properties of sound and vibrations and meditation. It's really awesome stuff. Then every Tuesday, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, is there a fee to go to do this? Because sometimes those sound baths can be very expensive.
No.
That's a great. No, we don't mess with money at all. Everything that we offer is absolutely free.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff, right? So moving on, so that's our Sunday group. And then Tuesdays, every Tuesday we have Recovery Dharma, which is a Buddhist-inspired recovery group. That's located in both the Flagler office as well as the, just the Flagler office on Tuesdays. And then in addition to that, we also have a Chains for Change group on Tuesdays. And that is held at Moccasin Creek Disc Golf Course. And, we're out there every Tuesday at 3:30, and it's a sober event where we focus on maintaining our health and our sobriety. Moving on, Wednesday, we've got Credit and Financial Literacy. That's in our Discover and Recover office in St. John's.
Nice.
That's every Wednesday, 5 o'clock. And people can come in person or they can join online. So that's a hybrid meeting there.
So is that open to because, you know, the big push is to get younger people to kind of understand financial literacy. Could that be open to them as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's open to everyone. All of our groups are open to everybody, not just individuals in recovery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then, so moving on, so Wednesday was Credit and Financial Literacy. Then Thursday, we do another Recovery Dharma, and that one is actually held in both of our offices at 5 p.m. So wherever you are, if you're in Flagler County or in St. Johns County, you can always join us for Recovery Dharma, and you can even join online for that one, too. And then last but not least, every Saturday we do a sober social, which is called Meet You There. And we might play board games, card games. We might watch some movies. We might play some video games. And that's every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That is really cool. Like, I mean, as an adult, you know, you don't feel like you have these connections and things that you used to do when you were younger. And this is like a lot of really cool stuff and connecting the community together.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys come up with this? I mean, who are they led by?
So our groups are facilitated by individuals who love these things. So all of our groups here are facilitated by our staff members. So it really depends. What we typically like to talk to staff about is like, hey, what do you love doing? Would you be interested in finding out some way to turn that into an evidence-based recovery group? And then, and they, you know, they love to facilitate the groups, and it's amazing, and our community really loves them as well.
So do you find that it's the same people that come like every week and they start to build relationships with others, or is it a lot of drop-ins?
It's both, honestly. You know, it might be somebody visiting for the first time in Flagler or St. Johns County that wants to go to a Recovery Dharma. It could be somebody who's come to every Recovery Dharma that we've held for the past 6 months. Or it could just be somebody who's dipping their toes into recovery, right? And they just want to see what a recovery community looks like. And they might come into a group and kind of feel it out, see if they like it or not. And we love all of those things.
So how do you get people to come in? You know, because a lot of times there's anxiety, there's apprehension, there's a feeling of judgment, of getting somebody to feel comfortable to walk through the door that first time.
So our peers have been there, done that, got the T-shirt, cut the sleeves off. So those are the people who help make other people comfortable. And the peers are out in all of these booths all week, and they meet people. And so, you know, people come and people go, but we work hard to have a very welcoming atmosphere when they walk in, especially the first time.
Yeah, you know, because that first time, even if it's going to church or going, you know, to the classroom, that first day is always just so
jittery.
Exactly.
Yep.
Nerve-wracking. So that's really cool, especially this fun stuff. That would be something that I could see being like a really great icebreaker.
Right. It is. That's the idea.
That is super cool. So, like, we were talking earlier about fundraisers, and you guys had this amazing event that was out at the Ag Museum, and you brought in this singer, and she was just, I'd never heard of her, but
Mary Gauchier.
Her music was so powerful.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the idea for that?
So that was our fourth music festival, and it was a dream of mine to have Mary Gauchier there. And we had like about 6 or 7 other musical groups, and so anyway, we just came up with it and did it. We just do stuff.
I see that. You just do. Did you just reach out to her and she said, yeah, I'd love to be there?
Yes. She's in recovery.
Right. I got that from her. And her songs were so they were so powerful and so heartfelt that it was like, how come I've never heard of her before?
Well, you just got to get out more.
I guess so.
I'm just teasing.
Do you guys, are you doing that again this year, or is this going to take the place of that?
The Second Chance tournament will take the place of that.
Of the music festivals?
Yes.
Do you envision bringing the music festival back ever?
Perhaps. It all depends on what everybody in the organization wants to do.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's good to switch things up because it keeps it fresh and exciting.
Right.
Any other big things that are on the horizon?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I knew it.
So everybody knows that we distribute Narcan. What we're doing now is distributing Narcan kiosk containers. So these are totally free, and you can get a variety of sizes, everything from what we call the Barneys, which are the purple, you've seen them, they're very similar to what you see newspapers in.
Okay.
And they're big and purple, to containers you can hang on the walls. We have containers that you could hang by the beach. They are totally weatherproof. So we have many, many, many of these, and we will bring them to you. We will stock them, we will install them, and then we will keep an eye on them.
Now, how much do these cost?
Nothing. They're free to you. They're free to the community.
Wow. So, I mean, this is like a nice variety of products. How did you end up with this?
So it's interesting. The state reached out to us, but what's more interesting than that is the gentleman who designed those, fabricated them, is the same guy who comes around and delivers them. He's out of Illinois. So I just saw him today, as a matter of fact, and now he has another driver, so he has 2 routes in Florida. And I said, how many of these did you distribute this year so far? And he said, he kind of rolled his eyes because he doesn't, I don't know how well he tracks it, but he said about 2,000.
That is awesome.
So please get in touch with us if you want one of these. We'll be reaching out. We've distributed about a half a dozen of them so far, and we've put them in a variety of places.
Can you tell us a couple places they might go check one out?
I'm trying to think. The one that we put in that made me laugh was so far out in the country that I can't imagine people checking it out there. And then, so Lauren Ramirez, who runs Solus,
the school board,
yes,
member, yeah.
She has a big one, and there's 3 or 4 others. And we just got another request today, so they're going out pretty quickly.
And so is it like you have to put a quarter in and then it opens the door and you get something out?
No, the door's just open.
And it's like a little library.
Almost, yes. It's more like a big shop.
And it just has Narcan in there for free.
Right. And there's a great big one where people can put other types of things like hygiene products if they wanted to in it.
Oh, that's really cool too. Because I noticed it's like a 3-story.
Yeah, that's the one with the hygiene products.
That is a really great idea.
We think so. We think it'd be great to get hundreds of these out in the community.
Well, I could envision them at every convenience store having one, like a red box.
Right. That's our dream.
And they're completely free.
We
stock them, paint them. So.
And you guys, now, if somebody wants to put like hygiene products and things like that, would that be kind of on them to maintain that part of it?
Yeah, we provide the Narcan. We provide the container.
That is really cool. Yeah, and this thing, it looks like it's, there's 21 inches, there's 18 inches. Yeah, so there's like big ones and little ones.
Right.
So it could be discreet or it could be.
Right.
That's great. Have you talked to like the grocery stores? Have they been receptive?
As a matter of fact, Harris Grocery Store is going to put one in.
Are they? Good for them. They're so like right on everything.
Right.
That's good. That's great. So Brock, have you guys been able to put any of these in St. Johns County yet?
So we're working on installations currently. So I imagine 2 weeks from today we'll be pretty close to being out.
All right. Out done like all the ones that you had available?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we can always try to order more, but yeah. So when they're done, they're kind of done. So we're really looking for organizations who want to, be recovery friendly, who want to have that Narcan out there, and they don't even have to lift a finger. Right? We'll take care of everything.
Oh, wonderful.
I just ordered 22 more, to give you an idea.
Of the purple boxes?
Mm-hmm.
What size did you...
a variety of sizes.
Different ones?
Right. The gentleman who delivers them, I let him pick.
What does he have on hand? Bring him on over.
Right.
That's great. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with Flagler Oars and Discover Recover St. John's. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much for recommending us to your family and friends. When you need a 30, 60, or 90-minute massage, it's real easy to book your appointment online. MassageByNatalie.org. MassageByNatalie.org.
Don't even think about climbing that ladder.
We got a guy that'll do it for you.
If you're going to do it right with Benjamin Moore.
We've got the professional painters and the best paint.
Benjamin Moore, corner of Old Kings and Utility Drive.
Palm Coast.
All right, we're back with Flagler Oars. And, Brock, I think it's really amazing when we talk about the young people that are getting involved and want to be a part of this. Do any of the people who kind of graduate out, do they come back and thank you guys?
It's a great question. So when somebody leaves our services, right, and they've completed services, they've been successful, it all the time. But in addition to that, if somebody does really well within, we typically like to turn them into an employee as well. Now, only if that's what they want to do. Right. But yeah, we think that's a really positive, that's a positive win that they can share, and potentially, help even more people down the road.
And we also get a lot of thank yous from family members.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really heartwarming to know, because you struggle as a parent for so long, worried about your child who may or may not make it.
Right.
So what's that like for you when you get a letter or a thank you from a parent?
Exactly what you just verbalized. Your heart gets all warm and fuzzy.
Does it make you feel like the hours are worth it? The things you put into it are worth it?
Yeah, sure it does. But even without that, I think we both think that the hours are worth it. The work is worth it. Or we wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, but it is nice to share those in staff meetings every Monday. So they're a great thing to share with everybody.
That's really cool. We're seeing, are you seeing a downward trend in drug abuse and things like that, or is it still maybe?
We're seeing a downward trend in deaths. Okay, in drug overdose deaths. We are not seeing a downward trend in drug usage.
What do you
And
think
overdose.
What do you think that is?
Right.
Well, I think that I'm not supposed to say this, so listen carefully because I'll never say it again, but I think it's all the organizations that distribute Narcan. People are still overdosing. They're just not dying as much. I mean, you've seen the national numbers. You've seen the state numbers. They're decreasing, but that doesn't mean that usage is decreasing. That doesn't mean that we have any less fentanyl in our community. That means that Narcan is being used.
A lot.
Yep.
So how do you think we can tackle this problem as a society? Do you ever just lay awake at night thinking about this? Like, how do we keep it from happening in the first place?
For me, it's all about the stigma. It's all about educating our community. Pam has said this before. It's really hard for somebody to be successful in their recovery if they don't have a recovery community. And I think that it's possible for a very stigmatized community to become a recovery community, but it just takes a lot of education. It takes a lot of myth busting. It takes a lot of critical conversations and difficult conversations.
So my generation was super stigmatized. And when the Surgeon General under Obama said stigma kills more people than any drug, I think he was right. And now what we're seeing is the next two generations down, at least they talk about it, at least they're willing to talk. My generation, we didn't talk about it. We hid it. We were all in the closet.
Yeah, and especially, your family would be embarrassed or,
right.
The neighbors talked, whatever.
But keep this in mind. If you know 4 people, you know someone seeking recovery or with a substance use disorder. So it hits everywhere. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't go to the poor sections of town. It's everywhere.
It is everywhere. And because it's not in the news anymore, do you feel like it's fading from people's consciousness that this stuff is still happening and that there's a need?
So, Danny, I think what we're going to see is come September, which is National Recovery Month, we'll see an onslaught of news articles about substance use disorder and recovery. And I think it'll come back up to the surface.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Brock? What do you think?
No, I agree with Pam. I think that come September, we're going to see it's going to be at the forefront of our minds again. And, to that point, I don't think it ever really goes away for those individuals that it affects, right? I think we're talking about the 50% of the population that just doesn't know, right? So, and that's where we go back to educating our community. How do we touch that 50%? How do we erase the stigma? How do we make people more recovery friendly? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had a whole generation that it's my age group that their kids were raised by their grandparents,
mm-hmm.
And so I think that's where those kids really had that ability to have the conversation about it. But it seems like now it's a little different because we've kind of addressed the problem. We think we've addressed the problem. Families are back on track, but, it's still out there just as powerful as ever.
Well, keep this in mind. Everybody has this vision in their brain about who has a substance use disorder. And let me just tell you, wipe that vision out of your brain because that's not who it is. Everybody has a vision in their brain who overdoses. Wipe that out of your brain because that's only a small portion. I often think about not just grandparents who have had surgery and have been prescribed pain meds and forget how many they've taken. But on the other end of the spectrum, I think about honor students who go to a party and everybody has a pill. Wouldn't it be fun to try this? And it turns out it's just stamped fentanyl. Those were not addicts. Those were kids out partying. And when I was growing up, partying really couldn't kill you. But it can now. And it's so hard to get kids to understand that.
So do you think what is the earliest we should start talking to them about this?
When they're 5.
Think so?
I think very early. I don't think we can act like we can pretend like everybody lives in a bubble. I mean, 5 may be, I think there's different ways you talk about it at different ages. But I think that, and you can't scare kids. You know, you can't use scare tactics because that just makes you want to do it more.
Some cases it does, but I don't know. Like, I remember seeing the drunk driving, and they used to show us the video of the car that was all smashed up, and that just scared the daylights out of me. I mean, I was like, I don't want to be that kid on prom night, you know?
Right. But I think you've got to be able to have real talk. And I think maybe that's a little difficult at certain ages.
Do you think our schools and our state are doing enough to educate the kids?
Yes. I think they're doing everything they know how to do. I'm not sure that that we really know how to do it, but I think everybody's doing the best of what they know to do.
So what advice would you give parents out there when it comes to talking to their kids about this?
Well, you just said it. Talk to your kids. Know who they're with. Try to have an idea of where they really are. But, you know, the big secret is communication. And it's so simple. It's not the school's job. It's not the state's job. It's not the church's job. It's the parent job. But the parents need all the help they can get from all those organizations.
That's awesome. So if people want to get more information and get involved with Flagler Oars, or they want to take that first step into recovery, how do they get in touch with you guys?
386-569-4310. And if you want to talk to Brock, you call.
Yeah, so you can call directly our peer line, which will connect you right with a peer. And that phone number is 904-495-0625. Doesn't matter what county you're in. And then you can always check us out online or email us. Our website is flagleroars.org.
And we don't want to forget about the upcoming fundraiser, Second Chance Open charity fundraiser, September 20th at Moccasin Creek in Elkton. It's going to be an amazing day. Everything starts, it looks like 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And that all information's on your website as well. Is that right?
Hey, we'll be putting the tournament on our website here later this week.
Awesome.
Brock, is that a rain or shine event, or how is that going to work?
So, yes, it's going to be rain or shine unless the rain is really bad. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If that happens, what we'll do is we'll just reschedule for the following Saturday or the closest Saturday that's available.
We'll be out there doing the No Hurricane Rain Dance, so you should be good.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate it.
And you guys just run over to our WNZF News Facebook page. You can take a look at the flyer there. And they've got a QR code if you want to become a sponsor. You can do that. And you can also help sponsor some folks who are in recovery who would like to participate as well. So I want to thank both of you guys for an extended show. I really appreciate you doing this.
Well, thank you for having us. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We thank everybody who participates and gives to you guys and really tries to look out for you, because what you're doing is really good work.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brock. I appreciate you coming in.
Hey, thanks again.
Anytime. We want to thank WNZF News Radio, Flagler News Weekly, the Vigilante Philanthropists, Massage by Natalie and Company, and our Benjamin Moore Paint Store here in Palm Coast for sponsoring the show. And we'll catch you guys next week. See you later.
Bye, everyone.